Morning, everyone. I was just as surprised as you were to hear that we were going to be coming back remote today, but I hope everyone has a good start to their Christmas break, and there will be some assignments today that we will be completing, and I hope that everyone is able to access everything, and I'll go easy on you these next couple days, but we still have a few things that we need to wrap up, and a couple things that we can't do, like I know some of you have got your writing assignments here at school still that we aren't going to be able to finish at this time, but when you come back, I'll make sure that you are able to finish up those stories and get them into me, and I appreciate everyone who's gotten all that work done already. I am going to start out today by reading our next two chapters for Fish in a Tree. Chapter 49 is short. It's called I See the Light, and then we'll be reading chapter 50 as well on this same video. During break time, Albert and Keisha are talking about her new ideas for recipes. Jessica and Max and some other kids are laughing about something while Shay sits at her desk watching them. She seems like she's not sure what to do, which is an odd thing to see. Finally, she stands and walks over. However, they don't really acknowledge her, especially Jessica. Something about it reminds me of those empty Sunday dishes back when Shay and Jessica made me feel small for being me. Now it's hard to imagine feeling that way. Oliver is going from desk to desk as he does. Kids are holding their arms over their heads to make a big circle. Then he says something, and they answer. When they do, he jumps and laughs. Finally, he gets to Shay, and I can hear what he's saying. Hold your arms up over your head to make a circle. She hesitates, but does it, which surprises me. Now, Oliver says, spell image, and then say light bulb. I-M-A-G-E, light bulb. Oliver jumps and laughs. Shay drops her arms. You're such a freak, Oliver. Go stink somewhere else. He goes to Keisha, and they do the same thing with the arms, but she laughs afterwards. And I feel happy for Oliver, because I remember a time when he would have sat down and been sad after Shay had said something like that. Looking at Shay, I can tell she's looking around the room, wondering where she fits in now, wondering how all this happened. I remember how it felt to be alone in a room full of people. So I take a deep breath and head over. Hey, Shay. Now that I'm close to her, I can really see how upset she is. What do you want? I just thought I'd say hi. While she stares at me, all the mean things she's done wind through my head, and I wonder if I've made a mistake in coming over. I think, she says, we should call you Alley Cat from now on. Go bother someone else. At first I'm surprised, but then I realize it wasn't a mistake to come over because it felt like the right thing. Shay's the one who decided to act mean, but at least I tried. I have to admit, though, I do feel sorry for her. That's an important lesson that I think that she just realized right there. I just want to read that part again to you. It says, at first I'm surprised, but then I realized it wasn't a mistake to come over because it felt like the right thing. Shay's the one who decided to act mean, but at least I tried. That goes back to controlling the things that you can control, right? She had no way of controlling how Shay was going to respond or react to her action, which was intended to be a nice gesture, but Shay wasn't ready to handle it. So in Allie's mind, she did everything that she considered to be right, and Shay still has some things that she needs to work out, because she's obviously still acting mean, still angry at what? Who knows? And like I said, that was a short chapter, so we're going to move right into chapter 50, which is called A Hero's Job. Keisha, Albert, and I take our time walking home. A voice behind us calls, Hey, Brain, wait up! We turn around, and I hear Albert mumble, Oh no. I've never actually seen anyone turn white before, but he does. I look back at these three boys who are all running toward us. Albert is jumpy like he's going to run too, and I know that they must be the kids that beat on him all the time. I wish Travis were here. Who are they? Keisha asks. Albert swallows hard. Hey, Brain, the one closest says. Are these your girlfriends? He asks. The group laughs. One in back says, Yeah, right. Like that dweeb would have a girlfriend. He'd be lucky to get a pet bird. They laugh harder. Keisha steps forward. Why don't you just get lost? Don't think so. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. He turns to Albert and shoves him. Hey, Brain, did you miss me? Like a dog misses a flea, Albert mumbles, his eyes glued to the ground. I wish you'd at least look at the kid. Keisha's voice gets louder. Yeah, like a little flea. Now get lost before someone slaps you. And before I can even start worrying for her, the boy grabs her arm and pushes her on the ground. Slaps me? I don't think so. Hey, Albert says. You leave her alone. The boy turns to Albert. Shut up, Brain, or you're next. The second boy picks up Keisha's bag. What do you have here? He turns it upside down, dumping everything out. Look, the third says. A book with sweet little cupcakes. No, Keisha yells. Give me my book back. Albert is shaking, actually shaking. Hey, I say. You leave us alone. And when the kid turns and looks into my eyes, I'm really scared, like I'm going to throw up. Keisha tries to get up, and the first boy pushes her back down. He moves his foot to step on her, but doesn't get the chance. Albert, peace-loving, I will never stoop to their level. Albert pulls the boy away from Keisha. He turns him around and holds him by the front of his coat. The boy's toes barely touch the ground. You do not touch her again, Albert says with a voice I didn't think he had. Keisha jumps up and runs over to me. She stands next to me, squeezing my arm hard. I'm tired of you beating on me all the time, Albert says. You have no right to treat me like that, and you don't even fight one-on-one. You gang up on people like cowards. Albert throws him down on the ground, tosses him like he doesn't weigh anything. The two other boys charge, but Albert grabs one and throws him on top of the first kid. Boy 3 runs. The first boy stands up. You want to fight, Brain? I'll fight you. He charges Albert and hits Albert in the stomach. I've never seen Albert mad before. He hits the kid one time and the kid goes down. Through his moans, he tells his friend to get up and fight, to get Albert for him. The second boy sits up like he's thinking about it. Albert's feet are far apart and he leans forward. Do you really think you want to do that? The boy shakes his head. Albert takes a step toward both boys on the ground. Don't you ever touch my friends again, ever, or you'll answer to me. Keisha and I gather her stuff and put it back in her bag. Come on, Albert says, looking at us before turning to walk away. We follow him. I'm surprised that Keisha is quiet for as long as she is. I feel like I'm going to cry, thinking how Albert has come to school every day with those bruises for all this time. We always asked him what it would take for him to fight back. Turns out, it was protecting us. Albert, Keisha says, that was amazing. And you can fight. I can't take credit for strong arms. But, I say, it wasn't just your arms, Albert. You were seriously brave back there. Yep, that's true, Keisha says, then she laughs. So, Albert, what got into you anyway? My dad has always said that violence is something to avoid at all costs, Albert tells us. But he has also said that you never hit a girl. And so I had to weigh the two. Then he stops. Then he stops walking and he's wide-eyed looking at me. It gives me a chill the way he does it. But really, he said, it just made everything hurt inside to watch them hurt you two. And I would have done anything in the universe to stop it. When we arrive at A.C. Peterson's, Keisha is still acting out what Albert had done. He never says anything, but he seems quietly happier and a bit taller. After sliding into the booth, I take out my social studies book. Seriously? You're going to do homework after that? Keisha asks. I have a lot to do. I thought Mr. Daniels said you only have to do half of the questions. He did, but I want to try to do them all. I don't want to get off easy. I figured out that if I look at the first two letters and the last two letters of a word, I can sometimes figure out from the rest of the sentence. This trick I've discovered made Mr. Daniels say I'm a genius. What is wrong with you? Are you serious? Keisha asks. Yeah, I know. First I don't want to do work, and now I want to do extra. You are a mystery, that's for sure, she says. Huh, Albert says. That reminds me of our president, Teddy Roosevelt, who went on a hunting trip and found out that one of his companions tied a bear to a tree for him so it would be easy to shoot. He refused to shoot the bear and set it free. In fact, that's why teddy bears are called Teddy, after that president and that day. Keisha shakes her head. Man, you've got a story for everything, Albert. I do not provide the stories. History does. You know, Albert, You kind of talk like those guys who narrate the movies at school, from the History Channel and stuff. Why, thank you, Keisha. Based on Keisha's expression, I'm not sure it was a compliment exactly. I lean forward and look at Albert. You know what else is a tremendous achievement? What? Sticking up for friends against guys that have used you as a punching bag for months. You wailed on them, didn't you, Albert? You should get a medal or something. Albert sits a bit straighter. Well, it was just one thing I did on one day, he turns to me. Not like you, Allie. Huh? When Mr. Daniels told us about people with dyslexia, I mean, some of the greatest minds the human race has ever seen, I've been kind of wishing I could have it too. Did he really just say that? Keisha laughs. Sometimes, Albert, I've thought you have nothing but facts stacked up in your head, in that head of yours. And then you do what you did today and say something like that. You know what you are? His eyebrows jump. Keisha leans forward. You are one good friend, Albert. Well, I don't think anybody wants to encourage fighting or violence, but I think at that point in the story, Albert had had enough, and what really pushed him over the edge was the fact that he saw someone doing something that he knew wasn't right, and that was putting his hands on his friend, who happened to be a girl, which he knew he just couldn't stand for. And it was at that moment that he stood up for himself, and I think it sort of changed the way he thought about himself too. Probably didn't ever think of himself as being very brave, but he proved to himself in that instance that he could be brave, and that he was brave. So, another nice lesson and message from this story. Guys, tomorrow is it. Last chapter from Fish in a Tree. I hope you tune in, and I will see you all then. Make sure you get everything done today. See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.